Hey guys, welcome back to another drive. In today's drive, I'm going to have FSD take me to get a sandwich at the deli. Let's go. A little bit of an abrupt slowdown for the speed bumps there. I found another path to start our videos so we don't have to hit the bumpy road every single time. A bit of abrupt slowdown here at the stop sign. This was a good slowdown for the speed bump. Okay. Let's go. Nice comfortable stop here. No traffic to the left. Still picking this road up as 15 miles an hour, even though it's 25. This is County Line Road. Even though it's 25, it's being picked up. It's 15 miles an hour. And as you can tell, like if you're going slow and you dump the accelerator, it doesn't save your speed. I'm going to demonstrate it again. I'm speeding up, I'm going to dump it, and then it slows down. There you go, it's going to pick up 35 now. Perfect. Going super slow over these railroad tracks. It's 15. I was complaining that I was too fast in the couple of drives back, so I don't know if this car is listening to me or what, but that was too slow. It should be at around between 22 and 24 miles an hour over those railroad tracks, if you're listening. Alright, we're going a little bit slow. I'm just going to bump up the acceleration here. Speed limit's 35. Moves over very smoothly to the right to take this turn. The folks to the left of us are getting a green light right now. We're rolling up to execute our turn, but since there's oncoming traffic from the left, the car's waiting. Alright, we should be able to go after this black Jeep here. Good staging for the turn. Alright, awesome. Very comfortable acceleration. I saw a tweet that there might be a slightly newer version rolling out, 12.5.1.1. So I think Elon's just messing with us because it's already hard enough to say 12.5.1. So he's just trying to add another one at the end, so it's even more difficult to say the version. We're traveling good speed with traffic here, good distance from the car in front of me. Everybody for some reason is doing well under the speed limit. So just slight braking every few seconds for like this stretch of road for some reason. Just did it again. Yeah, it's just slowly, instead of just gradually slowing down. I'll have to look back at the footage. Maybe I saw the red light way ahead. That's why I started doing that. So far the ride is super comfortable. We're about 7 minutes in. And it's a pretty straight shot here. I'm actually gonna push the car over to the left lane to switch. We're about 1.4 miles away from our turn. I want to push it over to the left lane and see if it'll pre-stage to the right for our turn off in 1.3 miles. Pushing the car over to the left because I just want to test the scenario if the traffic pattern force us to be in the left lane here. Would it stage close enough to move over and take the exit here? So we're about 0.6 miles away. Right after the traffic light, I would expect it to move over to the right lane to pre-stage for the turnoff that we have in about half a mile. Let's see how that goes. We do have a truck to the right of us, so it should accelerate a lot slower, so it should give us plenty of space to move into the right lane here. Quick acceleration. 0.4 miles away. Yes, awesome. Alright, so I moved over to the right lane to pre-stage for the turnoff here at about 0.4, between 0.3 and 0.4 miles away. That's exactly what it should do. So that's fantastic. Here comes our turn. It does follow these white lines pretty closely. That was a very smooth transition into the exit. Wow, that was awesome. Sometimes it like bounces in because it's following the white line, I guess. So sometimes it'll just swerve in and then get into the turn. But that was perfect. Great angle on the entrance. Alright, good slow down here for the yield sign. We don't have any traffic on the left. And it just pulls right out. Fantastic. Speed limit here is 45. It's traveling at 47, which is pretty good. I'm just gonna bump it up a little bit. And it does have to take a pretty difficult entrance into the shopping plaza. There's a turn-off lane, but it's kind of, I mean, you guys will see it. It's basically like bumped into the other side of the road to turn off to the left. It's keeping a good long distance from the car in front of us. It could be a lot closer. I'm driving 45, which is the speed limit here. Once we pick up the sandwich, we'll actually go home on the completely different route, making a giant circle. We'll take a different road, different major road, Route 202. I haven't tested FSD on there yet. And we'll see how well it does. Very comfortable acceleration here from stop. It's literally aiming for those it's literally aiming for those manholes on the road, because it could have just hugged this yellow line and it would have gone around them, but it actually drove over them and then turned on the blinker when there's no multi-lanes to move over to the left. So a bit of a confusing behavior there for the system. We're about 0.3 miles away from our turn, and I'll be curious how well it handles this, because it does have to shift to the right and then shift to the left for the entrance into the plaza with the sandwich shop. Oh, I see on the map here that it's going to loop us around the parking lot. We'll see how it gets to the front entrance, because the way the parking lot's set up, when you first get in, it's one way only. So you can only go in, and then you have to loop around to get to the parking spots if you want to pick a different lane. Here we go. We're popping into this little turning pocket. Very smooth. We got some oncoming traffic. Alright, good. Handled really well. It's not rushed at all. Took its time. Slowly drove up into the parking lot here. We got a giant storm drainage going right into it. Alright. Very comfortable stop here. It's proceeding forward. As I said, this parking lot for some reason has one-way traffic. It's slowing down here to 7 miles an hour. Let's see here. Is it going to look for a spot? It's a little onshore. The wheels bouncing around quite a bit. Okay. I'm just going to push this stop here and park it. I got some traffic stacking up behind me, so I'm glad the parking job is going real smooth and it's moving pretty quick. Thank you. Thank you for waiting for us. Alright, nice shot. It shoots us and stops right at the line. Perfect. Alright, I'm just gonna go grab my lunch and I'll see you guys in a bit.
A few moments later.
Alright, we are back. Let's get back on the road here. So I'm going to put it in drive, and I'm going to try to pull out directly out of the spot here with full self-driving. Alright, here we go, turning it on. I hope it remembers that we have to go right, because this is a one-way street. Alright, waiting for this car to pass. It is on. It's not going anywhere. Come on. You got this. Okay. Here we go. All of a sudden it decided it was time. It's kind of strange that it pauses. Sometimes that does happen, that it pauses for a little while. Actually, I've only experienced that on this version of 12.5.1. Oh, another giant pothole not avoided. Alright, could slow down here for the crosswalk. There was a pedestrian walking into the store. Whoa, unexpected right turn here. Went in the wrong side of the road. Alright, it's a little erratic for the parking lot. Going left here. There's the do not enter sign to the left. Alright, perfect. Taking the right here. Gonna get onto Route 202. We got our own traffic light. Very indecisive on these lanes. Wow, we are literally in the middle of two lanes. Nobody's behind us, so we'll just stick here. Actually, I'm gonna disengage. Stopped in the middle of two lanes. Alright, yeah, so we could have taken that right turn only, but it picked the correct lane here in the circle. This is a bit complicated to put the right blinker on to get off here on 202, 206. Fantastic. No, I only disengaged back there to send the mistake up to the mothership. The disengagement wasn't really necessary. It would have done the right thing eventually. And I'm sure if there was a car there next to us, it would have given it a suggestion to pick a lane either behind it or to the left of it. Good sneak in here for traffic. This Range Rover behind us slowed down trying to make a left into the neighboring lane, and then we snuck in right in front of him. Good slow down for traffic. We got a big turn coming up here. In 2.6 miles, this turn is literally like, I want to say maybe like 85 degrees. So the car has to go on and turn in, and almost like the turn is pretty much like this. As we're driving straight, it has to come up and make a turn to the right and go up a hill at a weird angle. So I'm hoping that it'll accommodate that turn. It'll be interesting to see. I haven't tested FSD on that turn yet, so it'll be interesting to see how it handles that situation. And I'll have my hands hovering over the steering wheel just in case, so we don't run into any dividers or anything, because I believe there's a lane divider in that spot. I mean, these situations right here with all this traffic is like FSD's bread and butter, basically. It just keeps you so relaxed during the drive. Like, I don't have to be like crazy focused on every detail of every car around me. I can just supervise the system and just making sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's not acting all wonky or anything. And that's it. Just enjoy my ride. Again, it's picking up speed. This car merged off the road, and it's picking up speed to catch up to the vehicle in front of it. It does keep a really long distance between the vehicles. It could be a little bit closer. Now we got a yellow. Alright. The slow down is a little bit abrupt. Chances are we could have made that yellow, but looks like FSD didn't want to find out. If you're ever in the Bridgewater area, there's a restaurant right here on the right called Spain 92. phenomenal seafood. And all kinds of Spanish dishes, delicious paella. Good acceleration there from the light. I was waiting until it reaches the crest of the speed, and it's just so good at maintaining that crest. Like once it gets up to speed, it just cruises along. There's no weird jerking motion or anything, no slowdowns. Coming up to another red. That was an odd message popped up. I didn't have time to read it. I wonder if it's in the nope, not in the alerts. I'll have to check back on the camera what that message said that popped up for a second. And I'll put it up somewhere on the screen here for you guys so you can see what distracted me. Sure if this mini, okay, good, this minivan is turning off. I thought it was trying to squeeze in on the shoulder. We're about a mile away from this loop around turn here. Nice slow down for the car braking in front of us. 1.4 miles, so we are in the correct lane. 0.2 miles. I think it's right past this X on here at the traffic light, if I'm not mistaken. But you can see on the map how zigzaggy this turn is. So I'm curious how well it's going to do. It does have its own turning lane, so we should be... Oh, not yet. Oh, it does not have a turning lane. Alright, we got the blinker on. There we go. It actually is going on the shoulder to make this turn. It's doing really well. Good speed. Wow. Very impressed. Very impressed. That's exactly what I do on that turn. Just take the shoulder and slowly maneuver through the turn. Now, I'm just testing out a theory here, but I placed just to drop the pin because I wanted it to take this specific route. So instead of giving it an exact address to stop at, I just dropped a pin on this road itself. So we'll see what it's going to do at 0.4 miles. If it's going to try to pull over or is it just going to pass it and keep going on our way. If that's the case, then I'll know that I'll be able to do custom trips by just adding the streets I want the car to drive on, instead of adding specific addresses, because at specific addresses it does try to stop in that spot. So we're 0.1 miles away here. Let's see what it does. Okay, it is trying to turn it, so I'm just going to push it past its with the accelerator, and it should switch us to... not, so I have to edit the route. This is just bad design here. There we go. Alright, so my trick did not work. spots sooner in the trip. Like once I get on the road that I want to be on, I have to go into the map and remove that point. But it should be quicker. Like when you click these dots, I should just be able to remove the waypoints right in here. I shouldn't have to click another spot. I'm sorry, the car's yelling at me. I shouldn't have to click another spot and then remove these things. I can slow down here at the stop sign. We're gonna make a right here. It's keeping a really good distances away from the curb on this version. It's not something I really worry about anymore. And it could just be me getting used to the system and trusting it a little bit more. We're doing 37 and a 25. I mean, this is good speed for this road. There's usually no cars on here for the most part, so it's definitely, you know, not a big deal if we're driving, you know, 10, 11 miles over the speed limit. So it's a perfect speed. The road here switches to 45. Okay. It does recognize the new speed limit, but it doesn't speed up for some reason, so I'm just going to push the vehicle to the new speed limit. Hopefully all these inputs help them train the vehicle to do the right thing, train the software. It is red up there. Should be slowing down for red. It should be taking the right lane. Alright, yeah, good, because the left lane is left turn only. Good pre-staging there well ahead of time. There's a giant pothole here. Oh, did they fix it? Unlikely. Anyways, there's a pothole there somewhere. We're probably going to hit it because FSD doesn't miss an opportunity to hit a pothole. There we go. Ah, we got just a little corner of it. Good. Avoided most of it. There's some kind of like access to like gas shut off or something. There's just like a metal plate that's sunken in. When they did the road, for some reason they didn't like lower the road to be even with the cap or whatever that access port is. So it's 35 miles an hour here. We're doing 36. I do have a car coming up behind me, so I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Okay, we're making our right here at County Line Road. Awesome. Bicyclists on the right here. We're doing 30 and a 25. It's giving the bicyclists plenty of room, even with oncoming traffic. Just sneaks back in the lane. Very natural, very human-like. Serious potholes over there. With all the snow we get in the winter and the salt, these roads just get destroyed by plows and the freezing and thawing. you know what I didn't try? To remove the waypoints from the map. Maybe there's a audible request that I can make. Just ask the car to remove the next stop or skip the next stop, something like that, and see if that does it, so I don't have to fumble through the screen to remove the stop. Yeah, very abrupt. This, for some reason, this stop sign with these two stop signs, so I'm on the left, on the right, it does an abrupt stop. It'll coast to it and then it just hits the brakes hard. Good slowdown for these speed bumps. Oh, we got a ladder sticking out from under the truck here. The car did go under it, I believe. So I was not worried about the height of things. Good distance from the sign on the left. Speed bump, and then we'll be at our destination. Alright, don't panic now. Alright, we arrived at our destination. I'm going to take over so I can control the parking efforts here. There we go. And we're just going to reverse into the spot next to the Jeep. Actually, next to the Lexus. Oh, that's a numbered spot. So I can't park there. Okay, let's do this spot next to the Jeep. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming on this ride. As you can tell, the system's doing really well. We only had to take over twice basically, and one was to let the car know that it made a mistake by stopping in 2 lanes on when it was entering the circle on 202, 206, and another one at the waypoint because it rerouted back to the waypoint after I drove past it. So I will, in the next ride, I will test the voice command to remove next stop and see if that works. So like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're there for the next video. And take care of yourself, your family, and have a great day.